Now, of course, we couldn't send Laura to one of the most famous winemaking regions in the world without asking her how, well, what's involved, and maybe taste a little bit. Laura?
Welcome back to the stunning Rioja region here in northern Spain. Now, if you want to discover the true taste of Rioja, there is no better place than the Campo Viejo winery. So yesterday I spent the day here. I took off my heels, I rolled up my sleeves, and I got to work.
Rioja is really a fantastic region because of the climate where we are is amazing to make really high quality wines. They started here by the Roman times over 2,000 years ago when they started to plant grapes in this area. And of course the grape that is the most famous from Rioja is the Tempranillo grape, which we're picking today.
So it is harvest season here at the moment and the vineyard extremely busy for you. Tell us a little bit about the cycle of the harvesting.
Well, normally we start around September, the vintage, and it takes depends on the year because of course the climate can change or the weather can change between 6 weeks around. So we work all year round in the vineyards waiting for this time to have the perfect grapes to make our wines. We always start with the white grapes and then we finish with the red grapes. We have different varieties in Rioja. Tempranillo is the king of Rioja. Most of our vineyards are made of the Tempranillo grape, but each variety has a different cycle. So we start maybe some white varieties, then we pick Tempranillo. Actually, names come from early in Spanish, temprano. That's why it's the first one we pick, and then we finish with other local varieties like Laciano, Mazuelo.
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo, yeah.
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo.
Well, you're going to put me to work now, Federico. An extra pair of hands you have for the morning, so you're going to show me how to cut the grapes.
We cut the cluster and we don't pick the individual grapes. It's important to have the whole cluster to have a better sanity for the grapes.
So, Federico, how many clusters of grapes for a bottle? Is that enough for a bottle of wine?
Yes, I think so. Depends on the size of the cluster, but normally 1 kilo of grapes can make 1 bottle of wine.
Good. I just want 1 bottle. After a busy morning cutting grapes, Federico had a little snack prepared for us as we got back to the car. And then it was back to the winery and time to venture underground to see the next stage of the winemaking process. Chief winemaker Clara explained how they selected the best grapes and removed the stems before pressing them into pure grape juice.
It's pure fruit.
Oh, it's beautiful. So sweet.
So sweet. So now what's going to happen, we are going to put all this juice into one of these vats. The next step is the fermentation.
How long will the grapes be in these vats for?
That depends, but normally fermentation can take from 1 week up to 2 weeks, depending on the grape variety and depending on what the winemakers are looking for. Then the wine can go into barrel, then it can age. We have 70,000 barrels, so that aging process, and we have a beautiful barrel room, as you can see. So the wine can spend there, a young wine will only be for a few months, 4 months, but then a Crianza, for example, has to be minimum 12 months. To be a Reserva, the wine has to be also minimum 12 months aging in oak barrels, and a Grand Reserva minimum has to be 2 years aging in barrels. So after the aging in barrel, which the barrel adds a bit of oaky aromas to the wine, then the wine needs to rest and keep evolving in bottle, which is also a very important part of the aging of the wines.
It's so interesting to learn all of the different stages of work that goes into the bottle that we have with our dinner in the evening.
Exactly. So you see, it's a lot of passion put in each bottle of wine.
So I've you to thank for all these gorgeous bottles of wine I've been drinking.
It's a pleasure. Keep enjoying them.
Oh, I will. Cheers. I'll stick to the grape juice this morning. It's a bit early. I have put the wine glass down. This is a fresh glass, all for research purposes, of course. More to come later on in the show, but for now, salute.